because I think that's one of the big things we need to do if we really want to attract business. Now, we also have the airport, and I'm sure everybody's sitting here waiting. When's he going to bring up the airport? Okay. We have an airport. Is the airport an attraction for a business? Is it the reason a business is going to locate in this county? Most businesses, the answer is going to be no. The airport's a tool that they can use for being here. But it's not the solve all. If you listen to a lot of people talk, is that if we get this 139 and we have commercial flights, everything in the county is going to change. Not necessarily. You know, it could be some problems. If it really does get to 139 and go commercial, and they really do start flying 1 million people out of here a year, that's 747s or whatever. The average passenger flight's 130 people. 130 people on our highways. You do the math, that's about an extra 1,200 cars a day just in town. We're not set up for that. If that's going to happen, we probably should be planning for it. Now, I've talked to most people on the board of the AA. I've talked to Propeller. I've met with Brett Smith 3 times. I'm not against a good general aviation airport. I'm not against businesses in the aerospace industry. I think they'd be positive. I'll do anything I can to help do that in a general aviation airport. When I talked to Brett the first time, and every single person I've talked to on the board, I've asked them this one simple question. Please show me or tell me your vision of the airport 15, 20 years down the road. I don't want to know next year. I want to know down the road what you see happening 20 years from now. And you know, I'll have every one of them tell me the same thing. Brett Smith was a little sharper. He said, hey, I can do better than that. I can show you a PowerPoint presentation. And this is a PowerPoint presentation he showed in Alpharetta. Great presentation. I loved it. I thought it was good. Didn't think it was negative. We got to this page in the PowerPoint presentation. I know you probably can't see this from here. But this is a picture, an aerial view of our airport. And if you look at it, it shows all around the airport all these different businesses. And they're all in the aerospace industry. But what it doesn't show on here is commercial flights. And I said, this is your view 10, 15, 20 years down the road? And he said, yes, it is. I said, well, Brett, I can get behind you on that. I have no problem. I'll support that. I said, matter of fact, look at this picture. And there's all these different companies on here, and I don't know them, but you probably know them. Fred probably knows every one of them. But up front, they have a Hilton Hotel, 5-star Hilton Hotel. And I said, Brett, I agree with everything on here except for the Hilton Hotel. I mean, I'd be for it, but I don't think they'll ever build one there. Not a 5-star hotel. It's just too far out. And he said, oh, yeah, they will. And I said, well, we'll disagree on that point, okay? Because I just don't think it'll ever happen. I said, but I got a question for you. I said, I don't see them on here. He said, well, they're not really part of the big plan, the big picture. And I said, what do you mean? That's all you guys talk about? He said, well, we need them for the activity. He said, but you know, it's really about attracting these companies. I said, but Brett, just tell me one of these companies on here that you can't get without the 139. And he stumbled around in the same conversation with Calvin Thompson, the same conversation with other guys. And every one of them have come back and told me, okay, we can get those companies without the 139. Then I said, why the 139? Why be so controversial and have to go after the 139? Let's do this and let's focus on this and let's get these businesses, but let's don't do the 139. I'll get behind you and I'll support you 100%. Every one of them came back with this exact answer. What about the $1 million? I said, what do you mean, the $1 million? Well, if we get to 139, the federal government will give us $1 million a year, up to $1 million a year. I said, what purpose? To run the airport. So we're going to use taxpayer money to run our airport. Oh, it's not really taxpayer money. Well, where's the money come from? Federal government. FAA. Well, where's the FAA get the money? Well, it's fees they charge for people flying other places. A fee is a tax. It's still a tax. It's still taxpayer money. So let me get this straight. We want to get this done so we can receive $1 million to build our airport, and we have a contract with a company named Propeller that they get 97.5% profit and the county gets 2.5% profit. Sorry, y'all, I can't support that. I don't care about the $1 million. You know, nothing comes without strings from the government, does it? If we can do this like McCullum has and other airports have, the airport in Rome, they've done all that without being a commercial airport, then why can't we? And if you're telling me we can't, then maybe we need to hire the people that can.